Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines. This is Monday, May 23rd, and as always, I'm so happy to be here with you. Today, we share headlines just like every other day from our city, our state, and our country. We take a look at your comments, ideas, and suggestions about how to maximize our life and our time here in Puerto Vallarta as a community of English-speaking locals, and how fun it was to get together yesterday for a special presentation on how to harness your pissy ass queen mood. Is that what it is? Yes. We had a fun time. There were a few volunteers that endured our therapy sessions and our tips and tricks. So I like the fact that we were able to get together yesterday. And I'm tickled by this comment from Gary, who says, happy PAQM free day and credit card in hand for first day of hot sale. Yes, today is the beginning of Mexico's attempt to get us to spend more money online through hot sale, this week-long effort to go shopping online. We talked about that last week. I didn't prepare a link or anything, but just know that hotsale.com.mx will point you to some interesting deals that you may want to consider. Okay, so today we have news, important news, some sad news, and some silly news, definitely. But before we go there, we are going to, as always, encourage folks that have never introduced themselves or said hello here in the comment section to do so. If it's the first time you're watching live and you wish to get a nice little welcome from the cluster, all you have to do is write the word new in your comment. And that way, we'll give you a little love. And also, if you are, if you have something really important that you wish to share, it helps a great deal if you are kind enough to add a capital letter Q at the beginning of your comment. So, with that said and done, let us get started with our news. We'll continue with our weather forecast, and then we'll look at your wonderful comments after that. We begin with a bit of sad but very important news. Fernando Pineda, who is the president of the Malecón Bar, Restaurant, and Business Association, and also the vice president of the local chapter of the Canirac Restaurant Chamber, went missing Friday afternoon. He was last seen on that day along the Malecón around 6 p.m., and his vehicle is also missing. The family made an official report the following day and are now working with local and state authorities to hopefully find him soon, and we wish that this situation will resolve itself in the best possible way. It hasn't been a month since we warned you about increasing scorpion problems, scorpion stings during the warm weather months, and so far this year, almost 1,500 stings have been reported in our sanitary region alone. Most of the cases have been reported in the municipality of Tomatlan, south of Puerto Vallarta. And we're very fortunate that we don't get that many cases of scorpion stings locally. Still, and given the fact that Jalisco is the state in Mexico in which most cases are reported, it is a good idea to be mindful of this when we go searching for things in dark corners of our closets or when we're out and about in the yard. What is better, to ask for permission or ask for forgiveness? Apparently, Villa Amarilla failed to secure all the proper permits to throw a party over the weekend, and they were shut down halfway through the event. The news item states that the owners had a permit to throw the event, but they may not have secured a proper separate permit to sell alcoholic beverages or to charge cover for the party. This is an unfortunate situation for all involved, and particularly for those that were there trying to have a good time. More locals are denouncing sewer water, caca water, now along the Pitillal River near the Oasis, the Oasis del Holy restaurant, one of our favorite beachfront spots, where a black pipe has been detected that is constantly serving smelly water into the river and subsequently into the ocean. There's also the source of the black pipe has not been explicitly mentioned, but the article does say that it comes from a nearby shopping plaza. Ouch. And there it is. There is the aforementioned black pipe, and there's all this colorful stuff oozing from wherever it is oozing. Hopefully the authorities will do something about this. And this next one truly made me laugh. If you had to choose between city buses with air conditioning and city buses with free internet access, what would you choose? Now, the lovely people of Unibus PB, the company that provides city buses to our city, says that local buses will soon offer free Wi-Fi without increasing the price of the ticket. And the owner of Unibus says, and I quote, "A third party offered me the service without cost. Apparently, they make money by placing ads for people to watch when they log into the free internet." So picture yourselves riding the bus and being so happy that you're riding the bus, and all of a sudden you decide to log into the internet. Who would want to have internet on the bus when the buses are like little personal sauna baths or sauna rooms or whatever? Apparently, they are looking for a different supplier to furnish the buses with air conditioning. So I did not dream about the air conditioning. Hopefully, they will make it a reality this summer. And last but not least, my future ex-husband, Hugo López-Gatell, Health Undersecretary Hugo López-Gatell, pictured here attempting to brush up on his French skills, is in Switzerland attending the 75th Assembly meeting of the World Health Organization. Hopefully he will return with knowledge that we can all put to good use in Mexico as we continue to deal with COVID. And that's the news. Let us take a look at our weather forecast to see what's going on out in the world. Well, not so much out in the world, but definitely out in our world. It says here, it's the perfect temperature outside, but you'll probably spend all day inside watching cat videos. Well, if it was Sunday, that's what I probably would be doing, but not today. Today is Monday. It is 26 degrees right now, feels like 28. Humidity is at 64%, and Fahrenheit, our temperature in Fahrenheit degrees is 78 degrees at present time. Our weather forecast for today: clear through the day with a high of 31, a low of 21. Tomorrow, Tuesday, it'll be another clear day with a high of 32 and a low of 21. And then Wednesday, it'll be a clear day through the day with a high of 32 and a low of 21. My goodness, we're breezing through all this information. And now we get to this one leisurely article that I spotted, and I have to tell you, I have not even read it because I figured I am going to react to this with you, and we're going to enjoy it together. Now, what could this be about? Well, I spotted this article on Yahoo yesterday. Are your table manners up to snuff? Etiquette experts call out 12 tacky habits. So I saw this, and rather than reading the tacky habits, I figured, no, 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 no. I'm not going to read this. I'm going to react to this along with the cluster tomorrow morning. And that is precisely what we're going to do now. But I wonder if anybody out there has favorite tacky behaviors that you see yourself or your friends um, engaging in while you're sitting down at the dinner table. Now, let's scroll down this article and figure out how guilty we are of any of these. Let me see what we have. Da, 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 da. Number one, talking with your mouth full. Well, that makes sense. It says here, remember to swallow all your food before you speak to others at the table. Okay, fine. Number two, cutting all of your food at once, says the article. When you cut one bite at a time, you're more prone to eat slower. Well, I can be guilty of that. Absolutely. Number three, eating before everyone has been served. Well, yeah, that's a no-brainer. I always try to make sure that I wait for everybody when when I sit down. And in fact, I always try to make sure that we have a nice toast together, and I don't start drinking my drink until everybody else has their cocktail. But sometimes I forget to do that. Number four, oh dear, monopolizing the conversation. A conversation is like a tennis match. It's better when two or more people are involved. Interesting. Number five, bringing up controversial subjects or making off-color jokes. Well, then what's the fun of it? No, I'm just kidding. Bringing up controversial subjects or making off-color jokes. Well, I suppose that depends on the company. Sometimes you get together with friends, and you get together with friends precisely to bring up controversial subjects or to make off-color jokes when you are in the comfort of people you know and trust. But still, it's important, I suppose. Oh dear, using the bread to clean your plate. While it's fine to eat everything on your plate, Whitmore also said that it's impolite to use your bread to sop up any lingering sauce. Well, that is no fun. That is no fun. I mean, we use not only bread, but we use tortillas here in Mexico. But what do I know? Uh-oh, and the Seinfeld moment, it says here, double dipping is not kosher. Never eat from the communal dish, and dip only once to avoid spreading germs. I suppose this one is increasingly important. But I will say, when I double dip, I always make sure that I double dip from the opposite side of the bread. So I am guilty of double dipping. I'm guilty of that. Move your head, please, says Ray. What's the point of that? Okay, I'll move my head just because you want me to. Yep. There you go. Number 8, putting your elbows on the table. In other words, mom was right. Well, I guess I look at other people. If I see other people's elbows on the table, I definitely put my elbows on the table after dinner. There you go. And then number 9, oh dear, talking or texting during a meal. And it is a big one. I personally am guilty of that. Usually, if I'm in the middle of my work time, I will definitely keep my phone out, and I will always ask for permission, or try to remember to ask for permission. Hey, do you guys mind if I check my email or something? And my friends are usually understanding of this. But yes, I suppose it's a little bit disconcerting when you are in the middle of a good story and somebody sitting at your table whips out the phone without any further notice. Oh dear. Number 10, drinking too much alcohol. Shit. Guilty as charged. Let's see. Number 11, eating too quickly. If you're a fast eater, learn to adjust your pace to match those around you. That makes sense, I suppose. Number 12. Oh, I am so guilty of that one. Salting your food before tasting it. I do that all the time. But, that's just me. Let's see. Oh, and that's the end of the article. Yes, there were 12 tacky habits. So I suppose I am somewhat tacky, guilty as charged. I don't know how you fare in that conversation, but I'm itching to look at some of your comments. So let's rewind this tape to see from the very beginning what everybody is up to. Aside from these wonderful good mornings, la 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 la. Oh, how nice. Dale is enjoying a staycation in Amapas. I hope you were given a lovely swimming pool as you're enjoying the sounds of the ocean. Great show yesterday. Happy Monday, everyone. Yesterday, Dan and Kathy were in rare form. They were part of our interviewees, and we were talking about when you get pissy when you're trying to get from one place to another. This was brought up by someone who rides a bicycle frequently and tries to navigate through the Malecon. And I said, well, I mean, I'm sure that Dan and Kathy, with their wheelchair experience, will have some interesting things to say. And boy, did they come unhinged. I loved it. I loved it. Ryan is counting days, 10 more days to count before you arrive. This is great, Ryan. I hope you enjoy your visit this time around. Gary says, sadly, I missed yesterday. Well, Gary, if you go back to the original message that you got, if I am not mistaken, you should be able to click on it and watch the replay. Sherry had fun yesterday. I'm glad to hear that. This is wonderful. Alan enjoyed yesterday as well. Christy enjoyed it as well. Thank you so very much. It was fun. It was fun to do something on a Sunday that was a little lighter and funny and just casual. Brian missed it as well, but watched it later. Thank you very much, Brian. That was super cool. And let's see, what else do we have? Kimberly says, so sorry I missed PAQM yesterday. Again, if you go back to the original email and you click on the notice where you can watch, you should be able to watch it. Valerie asks something important without a cue, but I'm definitely going to bring this up. What is the easiest way for Canadian to get the RFC number? I bring it up. Oh, and Valerie is new down here. Hello, Valerie. Welcome to Coffee and Headlines. I actually don't know what the easiest way for you to get the RFC number is. Guilty as charged. I'm Mexican, so it's given to me automatically. But I am sure, Valerie, someone from the cluster will put up a proper answer or a helpful answer for you, because this has been brought up in the past. Stephanie asks for a best bakery for a birthday cake. Any suggestions? You know, Stephanie, I don't think there is a bad bakery. I really don't. But there is one bakery, and I can't remember the name of it, but it is right on Francisco Villa. And what I like about that particular bakery is that they make mini cakes. And a lot of times I don't want like a big, ginormous cake, either because I cannot afford it or because the person lives alone or whatever. And I like this this particular bakery. And of course, I'm not being helpful because I'm not telling you what it is, but this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to open my Google map because I want to answer your question. Maps.google.com. Let me see if I can find the bakery. It is on Francisco Villa, right around here. Avenida Francisco Villa. Oh, of course, it's Repostería Los Chatos. Let me just make sure that I look at the photo. Yes, that's the one. I happen to like Los Chatos because they have the mini cakes. And the beautiful thing about the mini cake is that they will also inscribe the cake right as you wait for it, because they have the cakes all ready to go. So that's my personal choice. Maybe somebody else will volunteer some other information, but that's what I have for you. Again, Los Chatos is located on Francisco Villa. Easy to get to. Let's see what else we have. Oh. Albert says, Mijal, so weird not to see Versalles in your Ola. I know. But you know what? I have a little bit of Mijal here at Coffee and Headlines headquarters because I am ending up babysitting some of Mijal's plants. And this is groundbreaking because I am known to be a plant murderer. So I'm feeling very responsible for this undertaking. Let's see what else. Da-di-da-di-da-da. Oh my goodness, Maggie. I am so glad that you're still doing okay. You may recall that Maggie has a living, uh, uh, what was it? Somebody that you share your living spaces with, and this other person has COVID and you don't. But that must be so unnerving to be in your own home with someone that has COVID and you don't have it. I'm glad that you are okay. Let's see what else. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Question: did the pipe used to be white? I suppose you mean the pipe of water that is now oozing, the water pipe that is oozing caca water. Who knows? Who knows? Let's see what else we have. Jamie. Oh, Jamie, you came up in conversation yesterday, and as long as I'm seeing you, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to repeat an anecdote from yesterday because it had to do with you. When we were talking. Well, actually, let me acknowledge your message first. Since the new AC buses never seem to use their AC, then I'll take the free internet so I can bitch about the heat. I can relate to that. But yesterday, Jamie, you came up in conversation. As long as you're here, I'm going to apologize because we were talking yesterday about how the pissiness just triggers automatically. And I gave a couple of examples in which I ended broadcasts thinking, my God, Paco, you did not have to say what you said the way you said it. And I remember that not even 2 weeks ago, Jamie, you were talking about something that went wrong in Texas. And instead of being more, showing more empathy and saying, well, I don't know what's going on in Texas. We don't really talk about other things away from Puerto Vallarta, but I hope it gets better. What did I do? I just went like this and said whatever. And then it's funny because we ended that broadcast and I thought to myself, Paco, you know, you didn't need to do that. You could have showed some more empathy. So, guilty as charged. I am sorry. You probably forgot it, but it stayed with me, and I wanted you to know that. Let's see. Let's see. Make sure you have a VPN if you use free Wi Fi. Well, you know what, Dave? I will. One of the things that I'm going to talk about during my upcoming Guadalajara thing that we're going to do this week for sure. I'm just trying to time it with gay pride and all the things that are going on because I want to make sure that people watch it, is that I don't trust the free Wi-Fi that is offered in buses. Because once I used it and I ended up having my email hijacked by someone in Slovenia or some really weird place. So yes, free Wi-Fi comes with, yeah, no, it doesn't sound good. Let's see what else we have. Bum, ba-dee, bum, bum. Do, 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 do. Ah, then I see comments. I see comments about food and behavior at the table. I find the waiter always comes to the table to ask how everything tastes when my mouth is full of food. I've been there. Let's see. My favorite is seeing four people at a table all on their phone. Why get together? Well, good point. My wife complained about using the phone at the table until she got her new one. Now she forgets, says Alan Shepard. I love it. Um, let's see. Kathy comes into the picture. It took me years to get Den to stop salting everything before he tasted it. He finally realized that when I cook his food, it is all salted to his preference. Ah, there you go. Dun, 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 dun. Kate says, thank you so much for helping me yesterday. I really enjoyed the show once connected. You know, Kate, I appreciate that we all have different levels of knowledge about the internet, especially now that I'm trying to learn a new software package and it's so daunting. But I'm glad you reached out to me and I'm glad you were able to connect. That makes me very, very happy. Um, oh, this is great. Gary recommends Los Chatos. Well, he wrote La Chata, but I think we're talking about the same place. Los Chatos as a bakery. Let's see what else. Dale recommends Pavlova, another place. And she recommends Los Chatos as well. Again, the mini cakes are cute because they're great for two people. Let's see. Troy says cutting your meat one bite at a time also helps to keep your food warmer instead of cutting it all up at once. Guilty of elbows on table. Oh, well. Huh. Troy Trosclair. Your name rings a bell. I wonder why. Let's see what else. Logan, who probably has to order cake for his guests quite frequently, recommends Pasteria Pavlova, Pie in the Sky, and Sweet Treats by Rosie and me. Mihal is asking proof of life in a few weeks of the plants that I'm looking after. Glad to provide. Maggie, you have become more important in my life than the America Summit, and consider that a compliment. Seriously, I hope you're going to be okay. When is your when what's the timeline here? Because your housemate must have been ill for some time now, and almost a week has gone by. Do you have any idea of when your housemate will go out and get tested again? Please keep us posted, because we want to make sure that you're okay. Gary comments, Banderas News has a pretty detailed report on getting the RFC. That's great information. Thank you very much. And Brian volunteers a link from Mexico Insider. Thank you very much, Brian. I hope this is all this is all helpful. Ojo, says Jaime. My name is Jaime, not Jamie. Okay, my bad. And I say whatever to Texas too. It's my home state, and I'm mortified by what I'm seeing happening there. I just didn't want you to think that your comment was not important. And again, guilty as charged. Let's see what else we have. Oh, of course. Yes. Thank you very much, Carmen. Carmen from Oculto chimes in. Oh, croissant in Versalles. Great, great bakery. Absolutely. And the baker, oh, he's so sexy. So sexy. Let's see what else we have. And Dale volunteers somebody's Facebook page. I ordered cupcakes last week, and they were delicious cream cheese frosting. There you go. The whole cluster seems to have a sweet tooth, and I love it how we can create connections in this way. And then this is another important question. Is RFC the same as CURP? No, they are two different numbers. They are related, but they are two different numbers used for different purposes. RFC is a general identification number, and CURP is more of a tax-related number. And this, of course, brings us to the end of this Monday broadcast. I don't know what you have planned for this week, but I am doing a lot of learning. I'm doing a lot of I'm going to the movies. I'm going to the movies. Yesterday, I watched Doctor Strange so that I can be prepared emotionally and logistically to watch Doctor Strange in the multiverse or whatever the sequel is called. So I'm excited to do that. I'm excited to sit at the movie theater with some air conditioning going on. And there you go. We have an update from Maggie. Please keep us posted. Her housemate will test again once that has gone away, and you'll still quarantine for 2 or 3 days. Well, I'm glad this is all working out. Please keep us posted. And for the rest of you, I hope you have a great week. It's getting really warm. It's getting really schwitzy, but we know what to do. Just try to keep your mindset positive. Try to find a pool to stay cool from time to time, and have a great week. Have a great week. I should be ready to announce the date of our special Guadalajara broadcast by tomorrow, and that's what we have. Have a good one.